Really quick, everybody, this entire video will be timestamped, so if you don't want to watch holding and just get straight into a different topic, please check the pinned comment or the little red bar right down below you. Again, this entire video will be timestamped, and I'd appreciate you guys watching whatever part you'd like to. Before we get into it, though, I do have an announcement after my intro. If you like the Talk at Clen videos, Let's Talk Clen, I suggest you listen to it. But again, if you want to skip, timestamps are there if you'd like to use them. Before we talk about it, though, I do want to say hello, everybody, and welcome back to another video. If you are new here, my name is Kyle. I am your guy with too many YouTube channels. If you don't know what Talk at Clen is, this is something where I ask you guys to hop into the Discord server, which, by the way, if you are new, pinned comment description down below, and this is where I ask you guys to give me something to talk about. Well, usually we talk about Fortnite and the storyline, but of course we can talk about anything at all. And this brings me to our announcement before we get into the actual opinions here. We're making a big change, guys. We're making a big change for Talk at Clen. While I do love, and I need you guys to not take this out of context, okay, because I'm being completely truthful here. I absolutely love reading all of your Fortnite storyline theories. It's amazing. I can't believe like how in-depth you guys go, and a lot of people on the channel like it. The audience retention rate for these types of videos are absolutely fantastic, so it's clear that people do really like these videos. So don't get me wrong, these videos are going nowhere, okay? I'm just making a change to Talk at Clen. I'm going to make a brand new channel in the server where you guys can drop your storyline theories, and I'm gonna make a whole new series on the channel where it's just Fortnite storyline theories. Give me talking what you think's about gonna happen in the storyline, giving your really long theories, stuff like that. The problem is, this wasn't what Talk at Clen was supposed to be. It was supposed to be like, of course, I got it off of like, I really enjoyed watching iTalk's unpopular opinion videos. So I was thinking that I wanted to do something like that, except it's not just unpopular opinions. It's like, hey, tell me something about Fortnite. Is there something about the season that you would like to change? You know what I mean? Stuff like that. Or like, I miss balloons and this is why. You know what I mean? Kind of things like that. Just opinions about gaming, opinions about Fortnite, opinions about anything. It's kind of like the Let's Talk Clen, where it's a little more short. That's what Talk at Clen was supposed to be, and this is where I have a little bit of a problem talking about it, because I absolutely love looking at the Fortnite storyline theories. I need you guys to understand that, okay? I need you to understand that. So all I'm doing is I'm separating the two. Talk at Clen is going to be something just for opinions, and then I'm going to have a brand new series. I don't know what I'm going to title it yet, but it's going to be in the Discord where you guys can drop those storyline theories, and we're just going to separate the two. That's all. That's the big announcement. That is the end of Talk at Clen. It's going to be Talk at Clen 2.0 from now on. So guys, this has been fantastic, and here's to something better. I'm excited to do it. But with that being said, let's get into the video for today. As we know, the next Marvel x Fortnite comic books are coming up, and though most people are skeptic about it, I still have hope that it'll be better communication in the production this time. Though if it does happen again, we will have the plot holes, and I will start nagging Epic to go back to the Batman comic book crossovers. That all makes complete sense, honestly. I'm excited for the comic books no matter what, but this is completely 100% understandable. It's been a pretty common consensus that the Batman comic books have been much better. But hey, you know what? I can't complain, man. It's been real good. Today, I wanted to do a little theory on the other Dr. Slone survey skin. Now, I was reminded of this skin a little bit ago by Agony, and I said I'd do a theory on her, as I believe I know a possibility of what they'll use this skin for. That possibility being this Slone being a duplicate or clone or snapshot that is controlled or partnered with the last reality. Now, this is a bit far-fetched theory, but if you think about it, with all the last reality tech we've seen, it wouldn't be too far-fetched to think that they could make copies of people, and the way they would do it is through memories or past observations of said person. If the last reality and the Nothing won a good chance of truly taking over and locking down the island, then Slone would be their best bet. Now, Slone will probably never agree to work with them, especially after she claimed to be done with the IO, so if they needed help on the island expert to tell them everything, then possibly a Slone snapshot would be their best bet. Of course, this is just a theory, but I think it'd be a cool thing to have Slone, our possible redeemed Slone, face off against the last reality cloner either made by the way or the Nothing itself. I'm a little bit confused by the by the way part. Hey, maybe I'm just dumb, but regardless, this would actually be really cool. Now, this is extremely far-fetched. Well, not extremely. We've definitely seen things that are more far-fetched, but this actually makes sense, and we know if there is a survey skin with Dr. Slone in it, that makes a ton of sense, to be honest with you. They gotta use it for something, so while this story, actually, to be honest with you, if it came true, I would really like it. I really would, but I don't know if this is the route they're going to go, but it is interesting because I never thought about them using another Slone. We still haven't seen the sand version of Slone, so I guess we'll see what happens, right? I have come up with a theory. The new Optimus transmission made me think, what if the secret among the stars is actually the last reality or the Nothing? In Season 1, Stellan talked about how the text of the Oathbound's exiled sages prophesized a beautiful monster enabled by the hubris of a champion. Up until now, that didn't make much sense, but what if Slone is said champion? She mentioned she has a plan that people who lived in the jungle left a message behind. She follows with, I know, but I think I'm the one intended to find it. She knows she sounds overconfident in herself, which is exactly what hubris means, overconfidence in yourself. So what if by messaging with the apparatus, Slone brings the nothing to us? We know that there's some big gameplay changes coming in Season 4 and 5, and that would line up with some crazy Last Reality themed seasons. This could also imply that all of this was set to happen and was pictured in different ways by different civilizations, the jungle people and the oathbound sages. Wow, that's actually, man, like, this is what I love about making these videos, guys, because this is stuff that I would never ever think about. This makes complete sense. I was on board with the Secret Among the Stars being the last reality. I feel like that's what they are absolutely hinting at. But for Slone being the champion, that's actually really interesting. I never thought about that, and you could be onto something. I don't think this one's far-fetched at all. I don't understand the argument that we can't have another Marvel season because there aren't enough popular characters for a battle pass. In my opinion, there are plenty of characters that are still very popular that are still not in Fortnite, such as the Fantastic Four, several Spider-Man variants and villains, because Fortnite loves their Spider-Man skins. There are also a few characters missing from Guardians of the Galaxy, as well as their more popular comic characters such as Nova. Also, the only S-tier characters in terms of popularity from that battle pass were Iron Man, Wolverine, and Thor, and characters became more popular such as Hulk only became popular after a series featuring that character released. Not saying other characters from that battle pass aren't popular, Storm, Mystique, and Doctor Doom are quite popular characters. However, I feel as if they are enough characters at the same level of popularity, if not even more popular characters that have not made it into Fortnite yet. Where's the Vision skin, Fortnite? I actually agree with that. I completely agree with that. I don't have too much else to add to it. I always feel bad when they make the Talk on Clen videos and I don't have too much to say because like it just makes complete sense. They could definitely do a brand new Marvel season. I'm still convinced that we're going to get one. Okay, guys, I was excited for this because I knew there was a big theory coming up. I can't wait to see it. I stayed away from it as I usually do. I read these authentically anyways. Okay, so I did do some research into Aztec mythology since it was what the season theme revolves around, and also I sweeped the whole new biome looking for clues as to what we could expect to see happen during Chapter 4 Season 3, and after looking into it I found a lot of interesting information that can help predict the events of the season and what's to come for Season 4. Here is my current prediction on how I believe the story for Chapter 4 Season 3 will pan out, at least the first glance. However, there is a bit to cover, so I'll be putting different parts of the information in different paragraphs just to keep things a little simpler. To start off with, it is no secret that the season theme is connected to what we know in the real world as ancient Aztecs, given the design of the ancient ruined POI sand just over the jungle environment surrounding it. However, what some people might have overlooked is that there is currently a mural on one of the buildings that is currently covered in vines, but going into replay mode, you'll find the following image of a telescope pointing at different circles. While this might seem like a subtle throwaway image at first, I believe it is more likely that this is actually a pivotal part of the story and might lead to mystery on where the ancient civilization that once inhabited these ruins disappeared to and why. 1. The first reason I believe that this mural has a huge tie-in with Aztec culture and what the tie-in being part of their culture, which was the Aztec referred to as the Five Sons Prophecy. In this prophecy, it is believed that the Aztecs worshipped a group of gods which had previously destroyed 4 universes before their own, being the 5th, and the Aztecs believed that in order to maintain their own universe and preserve their culture, they could worship these gods by carrying out sacrifices and creating monuments and giving offerings to these gods in hopes that they would one day be able to appease the gods enough so that they may join them and become a higher power before the gods would go and destroy their 5th and final universe. 2. If we take into consideration this ancient real-world belief, then you might start to notice similarities between the mural in the game and the prophecy that the Aztecs believed in, being that the prophecy there are only 5 universes and 4 of which have already been destroyed. However, if we apply this theory to Fortnite and swap the universes for chapters and different realities, and this prophecy starts to feel like it's more of a self-fulfilling prophecy, with Chapter 1 being destroyed by the black hole, I see where this is going. Sorry to interrupt it. Anyways, where was I? My apologies, guys. I feel like it's more of a self-fulfilling prophecy, with Chapter 1 being destroyed by the black hole that lands on its own inhabitants, and Chapter 2 and Chapter 3 the result of the last reality. This is most likely why at the start of this chapter you can hear Optimus Prime through the radio telling people to escape this reality before it is too late, as he may also believe in this self-fulfilling prophecy. However, this still doesn't answer the question of what happened to the inhabitants of these ruins and where they are now, which leads me on to my third point. 3. I believe that the inhabitants of these ruins were once a religious tribe or group of people that worshipped the last reality and considered them as gods. This idea can also be backed up by both the Aztec belief that they worshipped a group of gods which had previously destroyed other universes, which coincidentally sounds very similar to what the last reality has done with other realities, as well as 2 of the previous islands. I believe that going back to image 1, the mural and the inhabitants used the telescope to observe the last reality and began to believe that they were their gods. This can be proven through the architecture of their buildings, as within the buildings and even their own kinetic boomerang, you can see glyphs engraved on the weapon and the walls of the buildings that are extremely similar to that of the cube glyphs. We know the last reality consists of more than one species, so the idea that this tribe might have appeased the last reality which they believed to be their gods and began to work for them is not out of the question. However, this brings me on to my fourth and final point, which is what became of this group of people and why Slone is so important. We now know that Relic was the person that ended up saving Slone, and I believe the reason why is rather simple. I believe that Relic was once a member of this tribe who was left behind in the jungle to die once the last reality inevitably came to invade their lands. However, after the fracture event, the jungle was brought into the new Chapter 4 island where Relic found and saved Slone. Seeing that she survived the events of the Chrome, he might have helped her so that he could learn more about the last reality in order to prevent them from coming after the Chapter 4 island next. My theory is that Dr. Slone's plan for the island is to use a 0 point to send to the island back through time to prepare for the last reality invasion, also while rebuilding the IO in her own image, and since she now believes Geno is gone for good. This leads me to believe that next season will finally be ancient Egyptian themed season, given that we've seen Innovator Slone's design originally had her wielding sand powers, as well as a desert POI or POIs that we know exist in also each of the 3 seasons this chapter that has been based around a specific time period of ancient history. On top of this, there are files attached to the 0 point that already suggest hints of possible time travel. Holy! That theory, while it was lengthy, it made an incredible amount of sense. That was actually incredible. Holy, I don't have, like, this is the problem that I have. What can I possibly add to that? That was such a well thought out and established theory. That makes so much sense. That's crazy. I would have never thought to relate it to anything about like Aztec mythology and anything along those lines. The only thing that I could think about, like, for sure is last reality coming back, but like piecing all of this together along with the photos just makes an incredible amount of sense. Sizzo, fantastic theory. Fantastic, and thank you for taking the time to share that. Thank you everybody who took the time to share that. This is what I love about making these videos, guys. I love hearing your storyline theories, and we can solve it together. We can solve the official storyline theories. Guys, there will be a brand new channel in the Discord where you can just talk about the Fortnite storyline all you want. Check it out, and thank you so much for watching, everybody. If you are new here and you enjoy the content, please consider hitting the like button to help out the channel a ton, and subscribe if you are brand new. If you'd like to continue watching the Clen channel, there will be 2 videos on the screen for you to check out. Check them out. I think they are pretty great. I will see you there, guys, or in the next video. Take care.